Hi, my name is Hallam Smith and I'm Product Manager with GDS. And I am here today to introduce you to Prodigy, which is our new range of lighting control systems. So let's start with the physical unit itself. On the rear of the Prodigy, there are connections for the Ethernet and the Outstations, and the power is supplied over these connections. So that minimizes cabling and keeps the system neat. The Prodigy's Outstations are available in 8-button format, the fader format, and also a combination of the two. And we'll talk in just a second about how the different buttons and faders work in the Prodigy system. On the front panel of the Prodigy, you have 2 buttons that are all about interfacing the Prodigy with external equipment. For example, you have the DMX bypass, which disables the DMX output of the Prodigy and allows an external lighting controller to take over. You also have a scene capture function, which will take all of the DMX values currently being put into the Prodigy and save them into a scene that could be recorded later. So, for example, you could connect a complex lighting controller, such as a light desk, to the Prodigy, set up the light levels, and then capture that to be recorded later. So, onto the Outstations themselves. As mentioned before, the Outstations come with buttons, which will change the scenes, either in an exclusive mode, which you can see here, will recall presets, so this could be used on a wall mount or behind a bar for a simple way of controlling lights. Or you can also set the buttons to toggle individual scenes on and off. And you could use this function as more of a way to control individual groups of lights or to layer up different settings. The faders work much in the same way, with the exception that using the faders, you can also set a master fader. Using a master fader means that you can control different scenes together, and so that you can set levels and dim them all at the same time with multiple scenes. Moving on to the web application. Prodigy can be fully controlled and commissioned using its web application. And this comes with 4 basic building blocks, which comprise areas, devices, outstations, and scenes. Starting with areas. Areas are basically a way of categorizing the different devices and outstations that are connected to the Prodigy. So this could include the external controllers, it could include scenes stored within the Prodigy, and it could also include other external equipment. Devices are basically anything that you can control with the Prodigy that's connected to the system. So this could be a DMX device or a DALI device. Outstations is where you control and commission the outstations that are connected to the device, whether they're the button or the fader versions, and where you set the different parameters for those devices. So let's take a look at that. On the Outstations tab, I can identify the outstations, and as you can see, the LEDs on the outstation are flashing to indicate that that is the outstation that I'm identifying. So that is very useful for when you're commissioning. You can go around a site and find a specific outstation and you know that you're adjusting the right one. Going into the settings for an outstation, as well as the various controls for setting the scenes that are assigned to the outstation, there's also an external switch input, and you can use that to connect something like a fire alarm system or a paging system that could trigger an emergency scene from the Prodigy. Or you could even set a switch that would lock down the outstation to stop it from being tampered with. Moving on to scenes. As I already mentioned, you can either use the scene capture feature on the box itself to record scenes, or from within the device on the web app, you can configure the scenes yourself and program the various levels and save them as scenes. Scenes can also be scheduled to be recalled at specific times and dates. You could recall scenes to happen once a week or every day, so you could set the lights to come on at a specific time and turn off at a specific time. So that's a look at the functionality of the Prodigy. For any further information or any inquiries, please visit gds.uk.com. Thank you.